Mobile World Congress is the major event of the mobile communications industry. Held in Barcelona, the event attracts a huge number of people within the industry. This year saw a major milestone reached as over 100,000 people visited the event, and there were over 2,200 companies in the exhibition. Along with this, there were a number of satellite events and launches held elsewhere in the city as well, some before the event and some during it. All the major names in the industry were represented, along with a whole host of smaller companies. There was a huge amount of innovation to see, new product launches as well as many technology demonstrations. The event is an ideal opportunity for seeing what is available, for networking, and also for discussing or sealing business deals. As usual, most of the big phone companies were launching new flagship devices. One of the major themes this year was that of virtual reality, where the phones could be used with a headset to create a virtual reality environment. But there are many smaller companies building phones as well, and a number of these could be seen. But the event is not just about new phones, as important as they are. There is a huge amount of other technology that supports their operation. There was too much to see in just 4 days, but a number of themes did come out. 5G, the Internet of Things and device communications, as well as connected cars, cities and homes. Wearables are also coming to the fore, and network development was another major feature. So to gain some better insight, we talked to some of the industry leaders.
This year's Mobile World Congress is the biggest ever. I've heard this week already that over 100,000 visitors are expected by the GSM Association, who organised the event. They certainly have seen a lot of interest in areas such as video, Internet of Things, and areas such as cloud-based services. But clearly it's about innovation for everybody.
Many of the test equipment companies are also ideally placed to see what is going on in the industry.
Yeah, so the key trends that we see is first 5G, the trend to really deploy 5G networks, so that's becoming much more real. This year was a lot of story last year. This year we see the real push, the real implementations. The second major trend is on the Internet of Things, IoT, a lot of business cases, a lot of applications out there in the marketplace. Third major trend that we are seeing is the network function virtualization, really bringing a lot of function into a data center environment, and major trends for the operators.
And also some interesting ideas on the Internet of Things.
Some of the things that we're seeing here at Mobile World Congress, of course, lots of great technology like MU-MIMO and 5G. One of the most interesting things I've seen is in the IoT space, a real welcoming of companies that are not wireless experts. You see a lot of platforms and development environments that make it very easy for non-wireless experts to come into our industry and use the wireless services.
And the mobile networks mustn't be forgotten either.
One of the main trends that we're seeing this year at Mobile World Congress is the need for heterogeneous platforms to meet the needs for 5G and next generation cellular. These platforms have to mix control plane, data plane, and user interface scheduling requirements for a mix of different platforms.
What trends do manufacturers of items like smart antennas see in the market?
A lot of focus on the 5G, next generation, higher bandwidth, and more connectivity of various devices, particularly in connected cars, connected devices in wireless network.
And wherever you went, 5G was one of the major trends that people were seeing.
Last year at Mobile World Congress, there was a lot of talk about 5G. I think this year, what we're seeing is more technology demonstrations and where 5G is actually starting to take shape of where we're going in the future.
And there were many more innovations, developments and technologies to see, like this augmented reality system that was being demonstrated by Epson. It'll be interesting to see what happens during the year until the next Mobile World Congress.